Okay, hello and welcome back to another episode of Crazy Craft. So, in between episodes, I went through a bit of a mining journey. I got our stuff up to the maximum tier. I got a bunch of other stuff to the second to maximum, as well as I got the meteoric torch, the magmatic treasure mining talisman, I got the ancient digger talisman, and the alienated talisman 2, which adds a bunch of stuff. I also got the treasure miner stuff, which is pretty much the very best stuff you can get for getting as much treasure as possible from mining everything. And it's a little bit absurd, but we're just gonna see exactly what we end up getting from mining just a little bit. So this is what I've been doing. I come over to this pillar, and we have essentially infinite of whatever. Also, I'm gonna turn that sound down because holy gee. Is it blocks? Or is it players? I don't know. But there's some things we can get now that I've made the ancient digger talismans, such as the ancient bone dust. There's also a couple more things if we look in the Levind quests. So there's the ancient bone dust block, and then there's the tough ancient bone and the sharp ancient bone, and those are obtained from mining ancient bone dust blocks. And then there's the ancient bone helmets, which adds a bunch of treasure chance as well. So we want to get both of those guys, and then there's also the sword, which just does a lot of damage, which is what we're going to use here in a little bit. Other than that, I've gotten all of the different smelling salts. We haven't gone into anything really crazy with Levind yet, but we're going to go there eventually. And, you know, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to go through this. It's going to be cool. There was a checkmark thing. That's ability mixes, but I need the absorbent stuff for that, which is gold with paper, which I can make later. But for now, we are here to get as much of the bone dust as we can in order to get some bone dust blocks, in order to mine the bone dust blocks to hopefully get the special stuff. And that's why whenever we see coal ore, we want to mine coal ore, because coal ore is worth more than mining diamond ore with Fortune 5, which is hilarious to me because we can actually get netherite, and that's how I have the maxed out stack upgrades in here, is because, well, we get a ton of netherite, which we're going to eventually use for EMC. I did get everything that I need in order to go through and get the Philosopher's Stone, because I found one of those spawner things that's underground that spawns a wave of mobs, and that spawned a couple witches, which dropped, I think, 7, I think it's in here, yeah, 7 glowstone dust, which is kind of nice. So we can do that without having to go to the nether, because I just don't want to have to go to the nether and mine glowstone, since we can't fly yet. But making the inventory pets is probably the next step to make it so we're, like, actually completely immortal. It's not really necessary at this point, though, but, you know, we're just kind of chilling, and I'm running around, just kind of vein mining everything. Not a lot of mobs spawn. It's a little strange, but, I mean, some are spawning now. But, you know, it's not bad. The recording keeps pausing randomly. I don't know if I broke something or not, but, I mean, hopefully not. Regardless, we are going to just run around, pick up everything. What kind of bone dust are we looking at? 84, so not an actual crazy amount. What are the drop rates? Because if the drop rates are good, I mean, we're gonna find out in a second. But if the drop rates are good, oh, spreads onto nearby bone blocks. So I can farm, is what this is saying. Because I've got just a couple bones, a little bit of bone meal as well. But what this looks like to me is that we can just farm bone blocks. And I've got a stack of bone blocks. Always gotta grab my crafting table. Probably should just make a crafting upgrade, but you know, it is what it is. Regardless, we're gonna, guess I'll just surround it. No real reason not to, although it feels a little weird just having one, seeing as we've got like 9, so I guess I'll just put them like this. And then we can go and do this like this, and maybe it'll spread better. I don't really know how this works. I don't know. This wasn't originally in Crazy Craft, which is a little interesting to me, but it's really cool, and I like having all this loot that I can just grind for, because that's kind of my jam. So, you know, it says it spreads to nearby bone blocks, so I'm gonna AFK for a bit and see if we can get any of them to turn. And actually, in the meantime, what other things are in Livent that we can check out? So, we've got the wands, we got the cursed helmets. I've made the pickaxe, I haven't made the, okay, shield talisman. It's a 1% chance to block all damage. It's kind of interesting, I guess. Or we go Lantern Dimension. We're gonna need to go to the Nether for that, but at least it's kind of cool. Sunstone, Diamond Netherite mixture. What do I use that for? Dawsonite, which turns into Edenite Crown Point, Night Point. I mean, the armor's good, but it's not like crazy. Trimitin, which is Trimite, which is from a Trimite block, which is from Trimite, so that's a thing that we have to get. And that turns into Trimiton, which is a cursed sword, which does 500 damage. Cursed chestplate, which has a 75% chance to... Okay, that's kind of absurd. What the heck is this mod? Okay. Cursed helmet. We need Trimiton for all these guys. Celestion, which is Celestion nuggets, or Celestionized unique drop. And then these guys are we need the goat god stuff, which is the king goat stuff, which we get from the king goat, which is just a goat, which has a great goat horn and a king goat horn. The great goat horn turns into royal. So this is how we get the Big Bertha and stuff from here. Okay. Wait, okay. So the Big Bertha, actually you can make it now. Because in the last version of this that I played, you couldn't make it at all. So we're going to need to go into the different ant dimensions. We're going to need to eliminate pretty much all of the main mobs. We need to get a Hercules beetle. Okay, that's pretty dope. Honestly, I'm not going to lie. Okay. Wait, so it's the ancient bone dust, right? Ancient bone dust, which then turns into ancient bone dust blocks, but it's not really spreading much. Maybe it's just very slow. Onto nearby bone blocks. These are bone blocks. Okay, well, we're gonna look at other quests, because I think that there's a bunch of other stuff to do. Okay, Trimite. Dominator lands is an ore in the Dominator ground blocks. Okay. Lantern Dimension. So we need Lantern Dimension to go through that. And we're gonna have to go... Yeah, Lantern Dimension. Lantern Dimension unlocks a lot of different things. And then we've got the crazy wands. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. We get a bunch of heals for that, but it's not actually that good if we have a bunch of other good stuff. We've got the absorbent swords, there's all the challenges, draconic evolution, all the modiums in here, but it's not actually that good compared to some other things. Mystical agriculture, we need all of the different seeds. These mobs, cyclic, awakened bosses, tinker's construct. Okay. Got the basic goals. We need an adventurer backpack for that, I guess. Personal shrinking device. Wait, that's actually gonna be kind of big. There's also botany pots in here. Okay. And then advances most trading professions. Wait, so I can... What the... Bribe villagers. We can bribe villagers? No, excuse me. And then villagers' regards are historically drawn to these. I mean, that's cool. It's just not as good as everything else, but fair enough, fair enough. Shovel master, gel collector. There's the easy villagers. We need everything from that, which we can do for enchants soon. Easy miner, mining gadget Mark 1. I need energy for that, though. I don't know if I want to make energy quite yet. We do need to make a mob grinder, but that's for the future. I'm not worried. So, Ruby is what's locking the titanium and stuff. So we should actually get ourselves our Philosopher's Stone ASAP. While the blocks... See, the blocks are spreading. Okay, that's perfect. You'll love to see it. So, we're gonna need ourselves some diamonds, some emeralds, and we get ourselves a philosopher. No, it's redstone. I keep forgetting it's redstone. It's not even emeralds. It's just diamond, one singular diamond and redstone. That's crazy. Okay, so then what we need emeralds. Diamonds turn into emeralds. So let's just grab... You know what, we've got plenty of emeralds, so let's just grab ourselves a couple stacks of emeralds to turn into some other stuff. There we go, perfect. And it won't let me Okay, interesting. That was very confusing. But now what we should be able to do is turn 2 emeralds into 1 amethyst. And then 4 amethysts into rubies. And then we can make ourselves a ruby pickaxe. And then we can go through that hole. So this is actually going to go in here. And then I'm going to need a bunch of sticks because we need ourselves our quick little ruby pickaxe, which is going to replace our amethyst pickaxe. I know I did make my amethyst pickaxe indestructible. That's fine. We have, I think, one more thing for... Yeah, we need more ex-petrified orbs because I got a bunch of stellarite from mining around and doing stupid things. But, I mean, hey, come on now. At least we can get it now. So, maybe while we wait for this stuff to spread, I'm gonna do this. So, bone. And then we get all the way back over to home base, which shouldn't be too big of a deal, because it's just over here. There's a couple mobs over here, but I'm just gonna ignore them because they don't really matter. Nothing really matters except for getting ourselves. So, now we can get the titanium and the, what is it? It's not mithril. Uranium. Uranium and titanium, which we need in order to make the ultimate armor, which it's just not gonna give us as much as we want, but it is what it is, because each ore only gives us a nugget, which is lame. But overall, it's not a bad deal. And actually, what I can do down here is I can just vein mine with the treasure pickaxe, because I'm realizing that the treasure pickaxe doesn't actually, like, the durability that it has is a little bit crazy. But the whole reason I'm down here is because there was some titanium and stuff real close by. I think it was right over this, though. I also need more ex-petrified orbs, so I'm gonna grab them real quick. Perfect. And yeah, the titanium is right here, which we can vein mine real quick. So we got 4 titanium, which I guess I'll separate it because it's really important. And then there was the uranium. There's more ex-petrified right here. Yeah, the uranium's right there as well. And it's really important. But can this pickaxe? No, it needs to be ruby pickaxe. Okay. That's honestly... I like it when it needs to be a very specific pickaxe for it, because otherwise you can cheese it really easily. Because there's always going to be a way to cheese stuff. But they made it, honestly, very difficult to cheese, and I respect that. Amethyst over here as well. You know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to mine this way, and then all the bone dust that we get from this, I'm just going to mine kind of immediately after we get back out. I'm just going to mine it all. And if we end up finding any, like, uranium or other stuff, then that's pretty dope. Although, I am a little high for getting the uranium max, because I think that it says that its average level is, like, 7? Which would mean... Wait, no it didn't. It said it was even lower than that, didn't it? So, if I look at world gen, max of 12, min of 1, so average is going to be 6 or 7 for peak levels. So if I mine a little bit more down, and we're mining at 5, since it mines up a little bit and down a little bit, we'll be able to get maximum optimization, which we immediately found some, so I was completely right. And then there's also some arcane gilded darkstone from Forbidden and Arcanus down here, which is cool. Probably gonna need that for Forbidden and Arcanus, because I think I need to accomplish most of the stuff in that mod for completion of everything, but not 100% certain, so, you know. If I'm wrong, don't sue me. I'm just a YouTuber. I just make things funny. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just a boy. Do not hurt me. I am just a boy. I'm just here to be chillin'. I just like playing games, okay? Just chill, please. Regardless, we gotta get out. We gotta go a little crazy. Hopefully, we can get back down to a place there's not, like, infinite water. Because the aquifers are cool and all. It's just obnoxious when I'm not trying to find water. I'm trying to find and mine in just stone to get peak levels of uranium and titanium, which is, I mean, mining uranium with a pickaxe would be kind of atrocious, like, for your body, but I mean, hey, it's better than nothing, right? Okay, we've really gotta find some more. The auto-eating has been really beneficial, because I don't have to worry about constantly trying to, like, you know, a little self-explanatory, I know, but it's very helpful. So I just wanted to say that if you're gonna do this, I highly recommend getting the auto feed upgrade. It's helping tremendously. Also, you know, the miner's dream might actually be one of the best ways to find it. Wait, am I out of food? Am I out of food? What? Actually, how did I get out of food? It's just because I've been mining this whole time, isn't it? I need a better food source. Which is gonna end up being the gobber stuff. Because the gobber stuff is really cheap, really efficient, and it is crazy good food. Or maybe we find a different food source. I don't know. I don't know if gobber's the best. If there's a better one, let me know in the comments, because I'm not gonna know. Probably not gonna take a ton of time to check, but, you know, it's fine. Let's check down here, because I think there was more over here. Not certain, though, but, I mean, it doesn't hurt to double check, just to make sure, because don't want to miss any of it. But we do get a little bit more expetrified, and I was right. I did remember there was some uranium over here. Always worth grabbing that uranium, yes. So 10 uranium, 4 titanium. We need more titanium, we need more uranium. Is there any way to farm these particular uranium and titanium is the real question. So getting the nuggets, or getting the ingots, we need the titanium essence, which is the seeds. Can I get uranium stuff? So uranium nuggets come from uranium ingots, which come from uranium. So there's no actual way other than getting the Robo Jeffrey, which is in the ant, one of the ant dimensions, but that's one of the rare ones, I think. Ultimate core. I mean, okay, so we can get titanium seeds, but we can't get uranium seeds, which means that uranium is our main limiting resource. Because we can get a bunch of titanium, we can get a bunch of other stuff. It's not really that big of a deal. But getting the uranium is going to be a little bit obnoxious. Anyway, we can go back. It's getting to be nighttime. Definitely going to need more food is the real big deal right now. I'm going to eat a cake, but I don't know. What do I want to make for food that's a good food source? So there is everlasting beef, which is a very rare drop from cows. Potentially we get a cow farm going, or I could just get a farmer villager and just trade with him for stuff. So maybe I do that. That's just a composter, right? So I'm gonna need glass though. I have sand. I know I have sand somewhere, right? Do I have? That's a shiny rotten flesh. I thought that was the stupid everlasting beef. That would have been dope if it was. All right, we'll drop you in there. We'll get some sleep. Just nice, easy. Me 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 me. Me, 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 me. Okay, perfect. Okay. What do I actually need for, at easy? So, I need the trader, which is just redstone and iron. We got redstone, we got iron. Now I just need glass. Needed that for the upgrades. We can get a couple of the traders. I can just get one trader, and then I'm gonna need a breeder as well. A plank and a bed, which I can make from string. 2, 3, perfect. We go like that, and then we get ourselves a breeder. So we get breeder, we get trader. This guy's gonna go in the trader. I'm gonna need a compost. Poem composter. It's just slabs. I think I remembered that, but I don't know. Right, composter. We got ourselves a farmer who we can. Okay, we get corn for emeralds. Perfect. And then I can get as many emeralds as I need just from mining everything. So we can get ourselves a ton of that, which is perfect. And then I can hook the corn. You'll love to see it. So this is gonna go all back in here. Redstone's not, because redstone goes in here where it belongs. Should probably get a little bit more emeralds just to max him out. I don't know. We can get radishes as well. Nice. You'll love to see it. Cool. He should level up real quick. We get ourselves some cookies. That way I just have food if need be, because having extra food is never a bad thing. Chocolate cake. Bro's already an expert, so I think I just need one more trade to unlock the next tier, but I don't know. Yeah, master now, and we can get pancake. Oh, I love pancakes. Pancakes are delicious. Can I cook radishes is the real question. Or what are they turned into? Garden salad, radish stew, or radish seeds. You know what? I'll just chuck them in there, because why not? He restocked, he restocked, he restocked. I'll buy all your pancakes, I'll buy all your corn. First supply and demand is a little unfortunate, but, you know, it's okay, because we got a bunch of cookies, we got a bunch of corn. Always happy with corn. We got popcorn. Is worse than actual corn for meals. You know what? We're just not gonna pop it, because it just makes it worse. Interesting. Okay, wait, how much bone dust do we have? So, I'm gonna turn most of the bone dust is gonna go into the ancient bone blocks, and then we'll give to you, and then we'll just mine ourselves 8 of these ancient bone blocks. Oh, I need a shovel? Is there a different way I'm supposed to do this? Ancient bone dust block, right? Levind. Okay. Mining ancient bone dust block. So, do I turn this into anything? Nope. I think I just have to mine it very slowly. You know what? That's okay. I will do it. For the sake of everything that I stand for, I will vein mine this incredibly slowly. Actually, I'll just mine one incredibly slowly, and then if it goes bad, it is what it is, you know? 61%, we got 65%. Come on, give me that 70%. Come on now, so close to 80. Come on now, give me 80, 80%, yes. We're almost at 100%, come on. It's so close, please. Okay, gave me nothing, so we definitely need to shovel it. Okay, I mean, at least we get some of it back, but I mean, we got a tough ancient bone and a sharp ancient bone. I don't know how much of each of them we need in total, but I definitely know that we're gonna need a substantial amount. And is there a shovel? Yeah, so we need, what is it? We need a total of, what, 12 of those guys, and then, so we need 12 and 2. Honestly, isn't awful. But I do think I'm gonna AFK until next episode over at the Bones, until all of it has been turned into ancient bone blocks, and then from there we'll go through that. But we did get a couple more trinkets in between episodes, so I got Creepo, we got Horseshoe, we got the Golem, we got Lucky Coin, we got Magneto, which lets me click and just collect everything, which is really cool. I mean, it's not, most of it's just utilitarian trinkets, none of them's crazy OP. Yeah, it's pretty nice. So let's just, you know, mine our way down here. And a couple of them have turned, but we're just gonna AFK fully until it goes all the way, and I will see you guys in the next one. GG's, peace, have a great day, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!